welcome to Chelsea's Tarot Readings. I'm Chelsea. So for today's video, I decided to make it more of a self-esteem video. This one actually was also requested multiple times. And I just totally forgot to do it. I was looking in the requests today and I was like, how come I haven't done this one? So this is the one that we're going to go with today. And it's going to be how to raise or help raise your self-esteem. So it's also a quick spread that I also came up with to kind of go along with the theme. I did 4 different piles for this reading, and it starts from the far left. This is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. I will post the timestamps in the description as well as the comments, and if you would like to book a personal reading, that will be down below. And yeah, thank you guys so much for even just viewing, and definitely hit subscribe if you want to be part of this little family. I love my little family, but yeah, definitely. So hope you enjoy the video. Pile 1. So how can you raise your self-esteem? So for your angel message, and as well as the love bomb cards, they're very similar. So we have I appreciate your honesty, and we have truth. The best way through the current situation is to just speak your truth. Contrary to what you may think, no one will be hurt if you express exactly how you feel. So I feel one big thing that will help you raise your self-esteem is to not only be true with yourself, but be 100% true with others as well. And it could like have to do with who you are, or even just like I said, just being honest with others and not beating around the bush. Yeah, I just feel as though to raise your self-esteem, there has to be some level of honesty, not only with others, but with yourself as well. And then, oh my gosh, and it's so funny because I don't know if you guys noticed this as well, but both of these cards are literally the same meaning, and they're both from different decks. So we have leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. And then leap of faith, and this is goddess guidance, aim. Take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. This is a very clear message. One thing you need to do to raise your self-esteem is to literally just catapult yourself into obviously what it is that you want to do. I think this also has to do with the truth as well. Being honest and being truthful with yourself, and just being able to, again, kind of like catapult yourself into the unknown. The universe is letting you know that you can trust, and you can trust that there will be a positive outcome. And I do truly believe that, especially again with these 2 cards showing up next to each other, and then even the truth cards. That's why those 2 things are really big when in this reading in particular. So then now we'll get into the tarot spread I did. The first card is going to represent why you feel insecure, or basically, where it rooted from and why. So we do have 5 of Swords. So in this particular deck, instead of fighting, because in the original right away, I always think of like fighting with others, because you know how it's just, that's what it looks like. But in this deck, to me, it's more about illusions, and I feel as though the reason why you guys feel insecure A lot of it has to do with illusions that either you tell yourself or even maybe others have told you in the past. And that is a big reason why. But I feel, again, a lot of it could be, again, if you're hiding behind illusions, again, to just be true to yourself, be true to others, and I feel that's why. So how can you raise your self-esteem? Page of Cups, by purely loving yourself and loving others, but as well as like in your purest form. So obviously the key to self-esteem is being able to really like love yourself enough to, be able to do so, which is very possible for you guys. And also, you can raise your self-esteem by being creative and acting out your creativity, basically. But this is how you can do it. And even the Page of Cups, it's not so hard to do, you know what I'm saying? So again, I also want to point out, by the way, when I was shuffling, when I looked at the bottom, I did notice the Fool card as well. So again, I'm really emphasizing like a leap of faith, because you might have to take one if you haven't already. So the outcome. Well, the outcome, we got 9 of Wands. We got 2 of Swords and Page of Wands. Okay. You've obviously come a long way. You may have been bullied a lot throughout your life with the 9 of Wands. Because again, this has to do with self-esteem. So I feel ultimately you'll be a little still kind of on the fence about how you feel, basically. I don't know how to explain it, but you're going to be feeling iffy still about your self-esteem. And again, it's ultimately up to you, but you've come such a long way that it's time for you to decide, like, what thoughts are good for you and what thoughts are bad for you. I do feel as though, because I did as well pull the Page of Wands, so I do feel as though, this will happen. Obviously, it has taken some time, but again, this indicates to me that you will finally be passionate and reach a point where you will be able to express your creativity better than you were before. And this is going to be because of the confidence that you will be instilling in yourself. But yeah, again, you guys have come a long way. The outcome is ultimately obviously going to be up to you. It's a big decision, whether or not you want to take this leap of faith, but I feel as though it will be ultimately a really good outcome, especially if you try really hard, obviously, and not give up. So yeah, guys, that was pile 1. I hope that resonated. If it did, give a like, subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video. So how can you guys raise your self-esteem? So for the angel card, we have Archangel Metatron. I am your link between heaven and earth, between your humanity and your divinity. I am here to help you heal the conflict that exists between your heart and mind. Feel me in your heart and thoughts. Through oneness, there is love. Excuse me. And we also have, I admire your way with words. So those of you who chose this pile, this is a compliment because you guys have a way with your words. So before we get into the spread about the self-esteem, I'm going to first kind of show you these cards. So we have Awakening. This is obviously a huge card, and it does point out, it shows me why you might be having some self-esteem issues as well, even before I get into the reading, because when an awakening happens, your emotions are kind of everywhere, so this is pretty typical. But that's why it's so important to kind of stay grounded while you're going through an awakening, if that makes sense, because sometimes you can get too stuck in your head and, you'll make yourself go insane, basically. So you're going through this period of awakening, and that's partially why you might be having some problems with your self-esteem. So I love this. For your goddess guidance, we have Irene, peace. There is no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. So that's good. This is a sign that everything will work out, and there will be a peaceful resolution for you, even regarding your self-esteem. But I already see this. We have a really deep reading, especially when it comes to the reason why your self-esteem is ruined. So for the first card, we have, why is your self-esteem so low? And then we have the death card. So I feel as though your self-esteem is low because of an ending, a tragic ending. It could have been actually the death of someone, and maybe this, ruined your self-esteem. Maybe this person was a pillar, someone you looked up to. For others, obviously, this is an ending to a relationship, and sometimes that happens, especially when you're the one that's being broken up with, or you're the one that's being left out in the cold. So we all know that hurts like hell. And it seems as though that could be the reason why your self-esteem has significantly lowered. How to raise your self-esteem, we have the Star card, so that's actually really beautiful. Keep hoping, keep wishing, also keep looking up to your guides and talking with them. Don't forget, we also do have the Archangel Metatron card, so pray to him as well. But also know that you are going through this awakening process, so how to raise your self-esteem is to look forward to the future, and definitely keep hoping and keep wishing, because peace will be coming. And even the outcome, we have Page of Swords, so the outcome also is telling me that, those of you will definitely be gaining confidence, because the Page of Swords is someone who is logical, someone who is concise. Again, you probably have a way with words. You come off as intelligent, so people will be taking you very seriously. I feel the outcome, you will have more power, and it is because of your determination. And I feel as though this will empower you as well, and ultimately bring you hope. But it's so cool though, because I feel as though this whole reading was really beautiful. Definitely take it easy on yourselves, because we do have the Awakening card, and these periods obviously can be long, depending, but it's yeah. So just be kind with yourself, and keep talking to your guides, basically. I guess that's the advice I can give you guys. But you'll be fine. We have peace here. Everything is going to work out beautifully. So yeah, guys, that was pile 2. I hope you liked that. Give a like if you did, subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in my next video.
Bye.
So how can you guys raise your self-esteem? For the Angel card, we have Imagine. Clearly visualize the life you want. Feel it in your heart and soul, and so it will come to be. And then we also have I love you. So this is a clear message, and this is from the universe to you guys. This is from your guides. This is a message because maybe this is something you're needing to hear right now, and they are telling you that you are loved. I love you, and I'm here for you. So before we get into the self-esteem spread I have over here, I'm going to explain these cards. So something that will really help with your self-esteem, we do have Soul Family. which means to call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. And what this means, and what soul family means, is basically individuals that you can connect with on a soul level, essentially, and feel as though you are mirror images of each other. People that can really relate to you. This will help boost your self-esteem highly, because maybe you feel different. That's kind of what I get with that. Maybe if you're feeling different, you feel, weird or something, maybe you need to connect with others like you so that this kind of dims down a little bit and you start to accept yourself more. We also do have Mother Mary, expect a miracle. Have faith that your answers have been heard and are being answered. And again, I think this is another sign, saying, for those of you maybe who chose this, obviously you guys have been maybe praying a while, or, even just talking to your guides for a while and feeling like nothing is coming of it. I understand the frustration wholeheartedly. But so now we will get into the spread we have here. So why is your self-esteem so low? We do have some interesting cards. We have the Sun, believe it or not, which I was like, what the heck? Followed by the Three of Pentacles. So the reason why your self-esteem is low right now could be because maybe for some of you, maybe you're not working. For others of you, I also get the sense that maybe you're working too hard to be happy. Like you feel like you've been maybe trying so hard to be happy and it's not working. So obviously, as a result of that, your self-esteem can lower, due to being unhappy. Because that is also a case here. I actually think it's more the second one than the first one. So I feel for more of you, it's that, the reason why your self-esteem is low is because, regardless of self-esteem, you're also trying to just be happy right now, just to work on your happiness. And maybe, that's kind of why. Again, for others of you, it could be because you're not working, and maybe that also messes with your self-esteem. So for the second card, it's going to be how to raise your self-esteem. We have the Empress. So this to me is a very clear message. So how to raise your self-esteem is to obviously embrace yourself and love yourself, but also a very important message with the Empress is you need to nurture yourself. So a good way, obviously, is to buy some makeup, buy some new clothes, go to a spa, really start to take care of yourself, go get a pedicure. Because, when you do this, obviously you're showing yourself that you care, and it's going to make you feel better, because essentially, you need to care. Like, you should be caring about yourself in your well-being, in how you present yourself, because that's who you are, and obviously easier said than done, but it's something that you can start working on, little by little, work up to it. And the outcome, I love this. So for those of you, most of you watching, if you're in like a hermit mode, if you've been in this depressive mode, and unable to get out, or if you've just been trapped in your mind, I feel as though the outcome of that is it's going to be the total opposite. You're going to be more outgoing. You're going to be more likely to make new friends and socialize more, and become more optimistic as well, because you're finding yourself. And again, that has a lot to do with the soul family card as well. Definitely take that into account, if you take anything, right? So yeah, that was pile 3, guys. I hope that resonated. If it did, give a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Pile 4. Bye. So first we will get into the angel cards and the love bombs, and then we will get into how we can actually try to raise your self-esteem and where it might stem from. So for your angel message, we have miracle. Our wings of light surround you and those you love. This current situation is governed by a higher power. The forces of love are at work. All will turn out well. And then for your love bombs, we have your calming presence is truly appreciated. And we have I admire your enthusiasm for life. So for the light, okay, for this card, we have just say yes. Also next to Rhiannon, sorceress. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. So obviously that being a very powerful card. Next to yes, this is telling me that you guys are very capable of raising your self-esteem. If it's not known yet, obviously this card's being presented to make you aware that you are a magical person and you can make it happen, especially if you want it bad enough. You'll make anything happen. Just say yes. So now we'll get into kind of like why your self-esteem is probably so low. I pulled the Chariot first, so we have the Chariot and the Devil for why. I feel as though maybe the reason why your confidence could be so low is because maybe you feel as though you don't finish anything. Maybe you feel as though you can't move on, but maybe I also kind of get like the feeling like you haven't won enough or been victorious enough. And then the Devil talks about addictions, your self-esteem could, but to me it's also more about what you might be telling yourself. Yeah, so it could also be maybe if you're telling yourself negative things, obviously, because that comes into play and that also messes up your self-esteem. So it has a lot to do with, and especially these two being major arcana, it has a lot to do with what's going on spiritually rather than practically. So yeah, it has a lot to do with maybe not feeling like you're a winner, and then also again putting yourself down or feeling like you're a bad person, that sort of thing, which obviously is very negative and not cool because that's not you. How to raise your self-esteem? Well, no shit, we have the Eight of Swords, so how you can raise your self-esteem is to obviously kind of get out of that mindset that you kind of keep putting yourself in. You probably have yourself trapped inside this never-ending cycle. I feel as though you guys are going to get out of this, don't get me wrong. I feel as though your self-esteem will be raised significantly because we do have the Ace of Wands, so I don't want you to get sad because it seems as though the outcome is a great outcome. So for the outcome, we have the Ace of Wands, which obviously to me screams self-esteem. It screams the new beginning, the awakening of self-esteem and the importance, and finally kind of giving yourself the, I don't know, what do I want to say? Giving yourself the opportunity to gain self-esteem and love yourself. And it's just a great outcome to have the Ace of Wands because it does show a promising outcome. But something you need to work on is getting out of your head, not being in your head as much, because obviously you're probably telling yourself negative things, or yeah, that's just kind of what I get from that. But yeah, guys, I mean, this is something that's totally fixable, and nobody's perfect, so please, don't put yourself down, because trust me, no one's perfect. So Yeah, guys, if that resonated, give a like, subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.